So this is a raw casting from the foundry, and these are brand new. This is from our new foundry in Michigan, and actually these look really good. Some of the other ones from our other foundry, you know, they'd be a little bit rougher condition, but you'll notice that there's these little fins on there, and this is where the metal flows in to fill up the mold. There's two here, and then there's two here. Now those will need to be ground off, and then there's also like a parting line here, and you know that goes all the way down the center of the kettlebell along the side here, and on the inside. Those need to be ground smooth as well. And you know, the better the casting, the more faint that parting line. And then we also will, well, let me take you to the next one over. So as those fins removed, so maybe I can put them side by side here. So straight from the foundry, now the parting line and the fins have been removed. We've also gone and we polish this face here on both sides, just makes it look a bit nicer. Also, the bottom side here, it looks nice, but it's not completely flat. So what we do is we go ahead and we make sure that's nice and flat, and there's no burrs in here that are going to cut your fingers if you're trying to grab it. All right, so that's kind of like phase 2. And then phase 3 is the blending of the parting line. And so it goes from here to here. And so this, you know, this takes a little bit of touch, but we're blending in the parting line here. And then we like to go very smooth on the top. And then the underside here, this one hasn't been done yet. And we also get the parting line here. And then, let me see if I can find another one. This one is in the next phase where the top and the bottom has been ground smooth. This parting line's been eliminated. And then we also give an ever so slight haircut, is what I call it, to this portion. We don't completely eliminate the texture here. We leave some texture, but we knock it down a little bit. This is to give the perfect slip and the perfect grip. No other kettlebell company spends so much time on their handles as we do. The reason for this is here and here is very important for you to have a smooth surface. But here, where your fingertips hit, this is where we need to have a little bit of grip. And we don't put any clear coat or anything on our handles. Right out of the box, you can go ahead and grab a box of chalk or a block of chalk, and you can put chalk on this bad boy. And this thing will hold chalk better than any other kettlebell on the market. So from here, this bad boy, we have to make sure that this interior surface is nice and smooth so that our magnets will adhere to them. So we polish this one up a little bit, but what we've started doing is, I'm going to take you guys for a little walk. Let me turn the camera around. Here I'm a little greasy. It's pretty warm here in Hamilton, Illinois. It's, you know, it's about 11 a.m. now. It's already about 80 degrees. I'm going to take you over. We have it set up to have the inner surface. We just started doing this with the new batch. We're machining the inside where the magnets adhere. That way you're going to get better adhesion on these magnets, and they're just going to hold a lot better than maybe they did previously. So anyways, we come over here, we flip the camera around again. Well, we come over here to this guy. I know it's kind of a dirty machine, but the kettlebell gets placed in here, and this tool here will come down, and it's going to machine out the interior surface where the magnet adheres onto that kettlebell. This is also an extra, added expense, extra labor goes into doing that, but we're also the only kettlebells that are designed to work with a magnetic chip weight. And then once that is done, then the kettlebell comes over to our blast machine. And what this blast machine is, it's got basically a centrifugal drum in there that spins around at a super high velocity. This is it right here. This is our golf blaster. This opening opens up here in the front. You put the kettlebells inside, and it shoots this really fine steel shot. You can see that in my hand, at the kettlebells at like a super high velocity. And what that does is it gives it like this uniform surface. It blends in everything, and it also provides that perfect surface for when you're ready to go chalk it. And then from here, they either go clear coat, or they go paint. And so if you're getting a painted one, like this is a 16, this is going to go yellow, so to get the competition colors, or it'll go clear, which is the same product, it just comes in clear. It's an industrial grade urethane. It's not actually paint, and it's super durable, and it just works really well. And so yeah, that's the process. I don't have any that are in paint right now. I can't really show you that, but yeah, most people have never actually seen what goes into making a kettlebell, and why do ours cost what they cost? And we're the only people doing all of these steps. Like other companies, they either paint over the handles after first of all, they get the raw casting and they knock off the fins like we do, and they do the rough grind, and then they'll just paint over it and send it out. Like that's what you see with the cast iron, like the hard style kettlebells. Or the competition bells, they just grind the whole handle smooth, and then they clear coat it, which it's great for ease of manufacturing, but it sucks for the end user, because the end user, if they're ever going to use chalk, they have to sand or use some sort of stripper on that handle for it to ever take chalk. And then it's completely smooth. You can never put that texture back on. Once you take it away, you can't put it back on. So that's why we leave texture on the sides. And, some people aren't used to that texture. But what I say is, you can always take it off. You can never put it back on again. It's pretty easy to take off if people don't, if they have sensitive hands or they like a smoother bell. You grab a 60 grit paper and you can take it off pretty easy. But once it's gone, it's gone. And for me, when I like to snatch, I like some meat on my handle. I like a little something that's going to take some chalk. I also sweat a lot. I need it to be grabby. And, that's the difference between us and other kettlebell companies. I'm the owner. I'm in here, stand on the platform. I lift them, and then I help make them. And we do a lot. There's a lot more involved in our processes. These are designed for the end user. They're not designed for ease of manufacture, and that's the biggest difference between. Hey, thank you, 001. That's the biggest difference between us and other companies. I've yet to see any other kettlebell manufacturer at the foundry, inspecting what they do, finishing the kettlebells, boxing up the kettlebells, sending them out, using them in competition or using them at all. It makes a big difference if you actually use the product that you make. And that's why ours are so much different.